Beloved ones, I am Ashtar, and I greet you with calm and steady love. In this quiet moment before great change, many of you can feel something shifting, a stillness in the air, a sense that life is preparing to turn a corner. You are not imagining it. A gentle wave of new energy is moving across the earth now, bringing clarity, truth, and a kind of financial and spiritual relief that many of you have prayed for over a lifetime. I come simply to remind you, you are not alone, and you are not walking into uncertainty without guidance. The changes unfolding are not here to frighten you, but to lift burdens that humanity has carried for far too long. Stay steady. Stay open. A new dawn is rising, and you are supported through every step of it. I am Ashtar, and I walk with you in peace. Can you feel it? There is a stillness in the air like the pause of dawn, an electric knowing that something profound is about to crest upon humanity's shore. Cosmic energies now bathe your planet, charging the grids of consciousness in preparation for a new dawn. We have held the template of a new financial harmony in the higher time, patiently nurturing its blueprint within the ether of possibility. This is what some of you have begun to call the quantum financial system, though we tell you it is far more than an upgrade of banks or ledgers. It is a frequency upgrade for Gaia herself, a new lattice of value exchange woven in light. Think of it as an abundance resonance humming just beyond the veil, waiting for the collective vibration to rise enough to anchor it into your reality. This quantum grid, as we will call it, is alive with consciousness. It carries codes of fairness, expansion, and unity, a stark contrast to the old hierarchical webs of scarcity and control. We remind you that this shift is not merely about money, it is about energy, about the restoration of sacred flow. The new system, this divine grid of exchange, pulses with higher dimensional light. It is the currency of love, the currency of true worth made manifest. Those of us guiding from the skies have long seen this timeline where Earth's exchange becomes an expression of soul and service rather than a struggle for survival. In the higher realms, the promise of the quantum grid has already been fulfilled. Now, that promise is filtering down through rays of cosmic light through alliance efforts and the will of awakened hearts into your physical realm. The stillness you feel is the moment before birth, the collective breath before the quantum dawn breaks across your world. Yet as this wave of light prepares to break, there are those who would seek to turn its momentum against you. The old shadow controllers, the Cabal as many have named them, are not idle. They have studied the prophecies of a new financial dawn, and in their desperation, they attempt to hijack the coming light with cunning sleight of hand. Whenever a new divine infrastructure is poised to bless humanity, the Dark Ones try to graft onto it a mechanism of control. So now they advance what we might call a Trojan horse within the quantum threshold. Systems of identification and monitoring that wear the costume of progress but conceal the chains of the past. You have heard whispers of this, dear ones. Plans for every individual to be tagged with a digital identifier for your safety, linked to one's finances and permissions. Proposals for wallets that peer into each transaction and report it to unseen gatekeepers. Requirements to prove one's very biological imprint or whereabouts before one can buy or sell. These are the subtle bars of a high-tech prison being sketched around the outlines of the new system. The idea is simple and insidious: to twist the frequency of liberation into a new instrument of limitation. They would take the quantum gift and attempt to wire it through their old grids of surveillance, hoping no one notices the difference. But notice you shall. And indeed, many of the awakened already do. This attempted hijack is being allowed to play out in part as a grand revealing. It is a pressure test orchestrated by the forces of light who work within your societies, those you often call the Alliance or White Hats. By permitting the shadow schemers to rush their plans into the open, now the hidden gatekeepers are being flushed into the light of day. Their digital chains and Trojan technologies are exposed for all with eyes to see. Know this: the benevolent guardians are fully aware of these plans. Every false upgrade that is in truth a bid for control has been noted and countered in spirit. This exposure is a necessary purge. The last toxins must surface before the healing can complete. So when you see heavy-handed ID mandates or invasive monetary tech being pushed, recognize them for what they are: the dying echoes of an old control matrix thrashing about in the rising frequencies of a new dawn. Before any outer technology of light can truly bless the world, the transformation must take root within each of you. Thus, dear ones, we turn now to the inner preparation, awakening what we playfully call your inner banker, the sacred accountant of your soul. Understand that this quantum financial system is not something entirely outside of you. Its highest form already lives in your very being. It is mirrored inside your heart's temple. How could it be otherwise? A system of divine exchange can only anchor in a civilization of individuals who remember the true source of all abundance: Take a moment to feel the truth of this. All supply, all wealth, every form of support you will ever need is already seated within the God self of you. You were born with a spiritual inheritance, a kind of trust fund from the Creator, and it has been accruing in the vault of your soul across lifetimes and dimensions. The mistake in the old paradigm was to chase money as if it were separate, scarce, or outside you. Money was never the source of your supply. It was only one temporary channel. The new quantum model reveals what the wisest among you have long intuited. I am the supply. I am the value. The essence of wealth lives in your I am presence and flows outward into form as required, like sap rising invisibly through a tree that later bursts into fruit. The energy of abundance rises from within and appears outwardly as opportunities, relationships, resources, and yes, financial means when needed. To align with the quantum financial frequencies, you are invited to dissolve the old fear codes around money. Release the anxieties and generational traumas of lack and hunger. They do not define you. Breathe and reactivate your innate worthiness. These are your worth codes. The knowing that you are a child of the universe, deserving to thrive. Each time you affirm, I have all I need within me, you send a pulse into the new grid, lighting it up a little more. The inner banker we speak of is not a cold bookkeeper of 3D commerce, but your heart's balance sheet of trust. Balance your accounts now by counting gratitude in place of debt, service in place of greed, and trust in place of fear. As you do this, you prime the field for the quantum system to take root. Remember, a network of conscious exchange can only be as enlightened as the individuals participating in it. So, become the abundance you seek. Embody the new value system within and watch as the external world mirrors it in divine timing. We of the galactic light are not the only ones speaking of this transformation. On your own world, voices of seers and star channels have been picking up these whispers from beyond. Imagine money as a living stream that flows where it is needed, guided by the collective intent of kindness and creation. These are living money streams, currents of energy that respond to the spiritual weight of each choice. In the old system, money was treated as a lifeless object to be hoarded and controlled. In the new, it is alive to the needs of all and cannot stagnate in isolated pockets without consequence. This is why we say it carries consciousness. You will find that the currency of the new age is not gold or paper or even digital numbers alone. It is frequency and love. Love is the currency that will be recognized by this system. High vibrations of service, creativity, and compassion are the true legal tender in the realms of spirit, and the quantum financial system aligns with those same laws. There is an intelligence beneath this system that is organic and wise. One might even say divinely alive. It isn't merely man-made code, but something imbued with cosmic awareness. Do not be put off by the notion that technology could be conscious in a benevolent way. Indeed, all advanced societies blend living intelligence with their tools. This particular network has been seeded with grace by high beings overseeing Earth's elevation. You might envision it as an angelic presence coursing through the circuits. It knows at an energetic level the difference between a transaction born of love and one born of fear or greed. As a result, the new structure will favor and amplify those exchanges that uplift the whole. Truly, as these whispers have said, we are seeding a global financial rebirth. One heartbeat, one village, one loving exchange at a time, culminating in a worldwide reset into justice and plenty.